Like, somebody's, my own dad, somebody's maga.
Men, we can't live without them, yet still can't live with them. Men, why we hate them. Well, what are you doing here? He stammered. I think the question should be, what are you doing here? I retorted, folding my arms across my chest, while I waited for him to come up with a brilliant response. He just sat frozen in his chair, staring at me in disbelief. I guess he was still praying to wake up from his nightmare. So you chose to spend your time and money at a 5-star hotel with a total stranger, when I was practically begging you to see just an ordinary movie with me? I began. You even went ahead to deny me, all because you wanted to sleep with her? I continued. I was going to keep ranting, then he interrupted me. I'm very disappointed in you, he said, finally finding his tongue. I can't believe you went this far, he continued. It means you don't trust me, he said. I couldn't believe my ears. The least he could do was apologize. But instead of doing that, he was trying to put the blame on me. His words were like a slap on the face. They brought back memories of scenes from the video of him sleeping with his ex that I had watched. I was filled with so much rage. Tears began forming in my eyes. I didn't even know when I started talking. You know what? I'm sick and tired of this relationship. I'm tired of you constantly cheating on me with other girls. I'm tired of you sleeping with your ex and recording sex tapes while I sit back and watch you make a fool out of me. If I wasn't good enough for you, you should have just said so. You went snooping through my phone too? He said, getting up from the chair. Yes, I did. Can you blame me? I responded defensively. What else was I supposed to do when you kept lying to me? I have warned you never to touch my phone without permission, he said, getting angrier. He was about to raise his hands to hit me when 2 waiters rushed towards us, holding him back. You know what? You can go ahead and do what you want with Kinga and the rest of your girls, I shouted before walking out. I'm done with this relationship.
You go, girl. I mean, it's about time Sonia broke up with that good-for-nothing nonsense. So, like, the effrontery. Like, instead of him to own up to his, I don't even know what to call it. He's busy there blaming Sonia for going through his phone. Like, is that even the point? How annoying. Anyway, you know what? Let's just continue with the story. We'll talk about this later.
I knew I had caused a scene at the restaurant, but I didn't care. I was just so mad that he was trying to play on my intelligence instead of saying he was sorry. But then again, what was the point of him saying sorry if he didn't mean it? He'd probably just keep repeating it. And even if he was truly sorry, I wasn't willing to take him back. I was still very angry when I got home. I deleted all the photos of him from my phone. It was the first step to deleting him from my memory. I was so depressed. I didn't even feel like going to work the next day. I needed to clear my head. So I called Sheung as usual and asked if he was free to hang out. Luckily, he was. So I asked him to meet me at a bar on the island. He was running late, so I ordered a Bloody Mary cocktail and sat at a table on the balcony, trying to clear my head while I waited for him to come. I like to take a little alcohol when I was depressed sometimes. It always made me feel better. I'm not an alcohol person though. I only take it when I'm depressed. And I try to avoid taking excess of it because there are just too many dangers associated with excessive alcohol intake. One of them is alcoholic liver disease. It is liver damage caused by excess alcohol intake and usually doesn't show any symptoms until the liver is severely damaged. And then the person begins to experience symptoms like jaundice, which is yellowing of the eyes and skin, swelling in the tummy or ankles, weight loss, vomiting blood, or passing blood in stools. In severe cases, a liver transplant may be needed. So let's try to show some love to our livers by not taking excess alcohol so we don't end up needing a transplant. 30 minutes later, Sheung still hadn't arrived. I was starting to get worried. Then he called to say that he wasn't going to be able to make it anymore because halfway through the journey to meet me, Jennifer called to say that she was at his door and he headed back home so as not to keep her waiting. I was so mad when he told me, but I couldn't complain. He was such a pant when it came to Jennifer, and I hated it. It wasn't every day I had to summon him out of his house at night, so he must have guessed something was wrong. He could simply have told her to join us at the bar, or at least offered to come to the bar to see me after letting her in. But I guess he was too much of a sucker for love to stand up to her. If only Nonso loved me half as much, maybe I wouldn't be sitting at the bar all by myself. I angrily settled the bill, picked up my bag from the table, and was storming down the stairs to the car park when I bumped into Tenny, an old classmate of mine. She used to be a runs girl back in school, and rumor had it that she was still very much in the runs business. I was going to avoid her because I wasn't in the mood for pleasantries, but she seemed to be in the mood for a chit-chat. "Hey babe, long time, it's good to see you," she said, hugging me like we were good friends in school. Just for the record, we were not. We were classmates and nothing more. "Good to see you too," I said, faking a smile. "You look good," I added. "Thanks for the compliment," she replied with a twirl. Looking good is my middle name. I tried my best not to roll my eyes after she made that cheeky statement. "What you doing here? Didn't know you were a regular here," she asked. "Actually, I'm not a regular," I replied with an awkward grin. Was supposed to be having drinks with my friend, but he couldn't make it, so I'm heading home. "Oh, don't worry. You can hang out with my maga and I. I'm sure he'll be here any moment." "He's just parking the car," she offered. "You haven't changed," I said with a giggle. "I'd have loved to, but I need to get ready for work tomorrow," I politely declined, giving her a goodbye hug. She was seeing me off to the door when a huge, dark, pot-bellied man, dressed in t-shirt and jeans, walked into the bar. "Here comes my honorable maga," Tenny said, winking at me as he came closer. I almost fainted when I saw who it was. "Dad!" I screamed. "What are you doing here?"
What did we just read? Please, you can't blame me for opening my mouth like a fly almost entered. Somebody's dad, somebody's father, honorable maga. Sonia has suffered. First of all, her stupid boyfriend also. Then her daddy just disgracing the family. After 38 years of marriage, to come and be your schoolmate, honorable maga. Wait, Musa no go see forget. Sorry to people that are not Nigerian, but this one hooked me. This one, he choke. Like Nigerians would say, he really, really choked, because if you are Sonia, what would you do? Like, somebody's, my own dad, somebody's maga. Have I even finished using him before you want to use him for me? Anyway, let's just wait till next episode to find out how Sonia is going to deal with Tenny. I really hope she deals with her. If you're enjoying the story so far and you really don't want to have to wait till the next episode, then there's good news for you. The book is actually available in paperback and ebook format on Amazon and Seller. So you just need to go to Amazon and type in Men Why We Hate Them by Olufemi Idowu, and it will bring up the book, and you get to choose whether you want the ebook, paperback, or the audiobook.
For users that don't have access to Amazon, you can download the ebook on seller.co.
And you get to read these and many more exciting titles from yours truly. Men, Why We Hate Them.